Hi there, students. To court disaster. Okay, this means to behave in a way that makes it more likely that there is going to be a disaster. This is to behave in a risky way. So, for example, driving without a seatbelt is courting disaster. Driving when you're drunk is courting disaster as well. You could court death. Okay, so yeah, driving without the seatbelt is courting death as well. Okay, this means to doing something that is dangerous. It's a way to increase the danger, to court death, to court disaster. This is a way of making disaster or a bad result more probable. If the Prime Minister had admitted his involvement in the scandal, that would have courted disaster. Sweeping recent scandals under the rug is courting disaster in the future. Okay, so courting disaster, this comes from this verb to court, to risk something unpleasant, particularly by behaving stupidly, by behaving carelessly. So drinking and driving is simply courting disaster. You can use this court to have a romantic relation with someone. He was courting his girlfriend for 2 years before they got married. To court. Or to court to try to get something. Particularly try to get attention or support. So, she courted publicity for her party by inviting journalists to extravagant parties. To court is to try to please somebody because you want them to join you. So the footballer is being courted by a number of different football clubs. And this is then the idea of courting disaster. You're pleasing disaster. You're pleasing death. You're making it more likely to happen. Okay, so if you court a disaster, then you are more likely to suffer because this disaster takes place. Okay, so you're courting disaster. You're behaving in a way that makes it more likely that you will suffer, that you're making an accident or a problem more likely. Okay, so to court disaster, to go on an expedition like that without supplies would be courting disaster. Okay, I didn't look down because to look down would be to court disaster. Okay, so to court disaster, to court problems, to bring problems or dangers on yourself. Okay, so to attack the enemy would be to court disaster because they are much stronger than you. So here, to court, to invite disaster, to make it more probable, to bring it upon yourself. So to court disaster is like to dice with death, to court death, to dice with death, to bring it upon you. Policies like this will court disaster for the government. To do this would be to court disaster in the upcoming elections. To promise more than you can reasonably deliver is to court disaster for the future. The only thing the army could do was withdraw because the enemy were much stronger. To do anything otherwise would be to court disaster, to look for problems. Okay, so to court, you're trying to please them, you're trying to improve the possibilities of something, and this is to court disaster. I think I would give this a 6 in formality. Use it in a semi-formal conversation, semi-formal writing, or something very formal, something literary as well. So, to court disaster.